Hey everybody, welcome to the first podcast of the G.Gurus. That could be either geek or gamers, we haven't decided, or it's up to you. And today we're going to be talking about online play, whether it's good to have online or LAN, or the companies that have been taking it out and leaving it in and keeping it alive. And today we have Blue Neon Pinky with us.
Hello.
Say hi. We have JC.
Hello.
We have Awesome High Games.
Hello, people.
We have Animal Crosser.
Hi.
We have Chris, who is away. He'll be back. And we have our VD Power.
Hey, guys.
And I am Sable Rage from Killjoy Videos.
And Chris is a channel is Geekphilia. That's his show.
Wait,
Yes.
am I
G
channel?
stands for giraffe.
So, in order to start off this topic, multiplayer. How do you think it should go down in future titles?
Split screen multiplayer, just like Mario Kart Double Dash.
Or remember how back in the day when we used to play Smash Brothers, like for 4 players on the GameCube?
Well, that's different because it's a fighting game, so everyone's on the same screen.
Okay, well, should we keep Nintendo in this discussion, though? Because Nintendo is keeping the split screen alive, really. The only company that's keeping it consistent. But
Yes.
we want to talk about other topics of companies taking it out, and a lot of companies are taking it out. I can't think of anything right now, but I think it excludes fighters.
Online passes are stupid. Podcast over. Bye, everyone. Fuck this. I'm kidding.
Online passes, they're trying to kill
The gamers.
They're trying to kill used games.
What up?
Sales.
Chris is back, everyone.
Okay.
I didn't know how to come back.
Chris should have headphones on if he does not already.
I do.
That's good.
Chris, did you mute your mic?
I'm sorry?
Did you mute your mic and forget about it?
No, you guys were on hold and I didn't know how to come back, like, do the call again. I didn't know
Well,
how
We are in the podcast as we speak, so...
All right, back on topic. We were talking about gaming and how if we should keep Nintendo in this discussion because they're really the one main powerhouse company keeping local play alive.
This is about the general opinion, like what your opinion is on like whether they should have both options available, like local multiplayer and online multiplayer, or just have online player only or local multiplayer only, or do you think it depends on the game?
Right. I would like
to keep both.
Yeah,
What's the point? I mean, if you can have both, why not?
I want to hear someone.
Well,
wait,
exactly.
guys.
That's my opinion on it. I think they should have both options, or just not the option of online play at all.
I don't think that Super Smash Bros. Should ever get online again.
I mean, it's because they didn't have. Nintendo never had a online network. They just used Wi-Fi.
We Connect 24.
Yeah, and that was a terrible thing. And now they have a network. It's called the Nintendo Network. They have a network now, so they can do online play much better, like with future titles.
I would like to hear a younger person's opinion. I'd like to talk to Animal Crosser, because he is probably one of the youngest of the group, and I want to tease. He was into gaming before, he was into gaming when, what do you call it, when online play was a majority of play on console. Sorry, worded that weirdly.
So... Alright.
I want to hear
Animal
Crossers.
Okay, so my take on online and local play is I love local play. It's after seeing my brother plays Call of Duty a lot, and I watch him and I think, well, where's the fun of just huddling around your TV with all your friends playing together? And that's why I love Nintendo so much, because they're keeping local play alive. They're keeping, of course, when you come to games like Smash Brothers, the online, it's there, but it's horrible. But when you look at the split screen, it's one of the best multiplayer experiences you can get on the Wii.
Well, it's not really split screen. It's more like everyone on the screen at once.
But still.
I think it classifies as local play, though, so...
Yes.
I know, but he just split screen.
It does. For Mario Melee. I mean, okay, yeah, some games are good, but imagine playing freaking Call of Duty local play. You can do it, but it's not fun. It's like 4 of you guys, unless
more entertaining because you have to worry about people screen peeking.
Yeah, well, look at Halo. But look at Halo 1. That brought, LAN play back into the living room, like with GoldenEye,
Right. GoldenEye was a masterpiece.
Even with Halo 1, and, I couldn't still, because, I liked it, but I would always have, another TV. And my friends, we would set up 2 different consoles and do it like that. So nobody can watch the screen, and then we would play
you would
games.
do a LAN party.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but look at Mutt's games. I love LAN parties. I barely have done them, maybe twice in my life.
I did one, and that was the Mario Kart Double Dash with 2 TVs, 2 GameCubes, and a LAN connector. It was awesome.
Yeah,
but they took out LAN party support, and I hope someone corrects me, but because I don't play RTSs. But didn't StarCraft they took out LAN play? Did they take it out on Diablo 3?
Yes, Diablo 3 requires an internet connection to play the game, and I find that the most fucking retarded bull cunt of all the internet. That is the best login screen I ever played. Let's just say that.
Yes, but sir. I think a lot of people are already connected to the internet. When are we not connected to the internet?
No, because Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 offered offline play for single-player campaign. That is what they took out in Diablo 3, and that pissed me off.
I can understand.
The game requires you to have internet connection just to play it.
A lot of games today. I don't agree with it. I agree with it. But at the same time, it's when are we not connected to the internet? When has it really become the only time I'm not on the internet?
Here's another thing.
Whenever I'm not on the internet, it's when the power's out and I can't turn anything on.
Well, here's the thing. Diablo 3 had a lot of internet problems when it was released. You couldn't even get connected because there were so many damn errors on the login screen.
That happened. Grand Theft Auto 4 also.
But that's not cool. You shouldn't have to be online to play video games.
I want to point this. I kind of want to point this out though. There was this thing, and it still happens with THQ. Now, as me as a wrestling fan with wrestling games, there's this. The WD12 servers are terrible, really bad. We pay R65 or $60 for a brand new game, and they have the suckiest server. And let me just say that THQ needs to fix them, and they need to fix it before people start noticing and notice that it just they can't get it straight. If you're gonna want online, you got to make it right.
Especially
let's let Awesome High Games talk. Right
yeah,
now.
I want to hear Awesome High.
Okay, well, in Saints Row, the first one, I wanted to play multiplayer because I wanted to do the co-op, but that's online only, and that's an Xbox 360 exclusive. So that means I would need to pay $60 to play online. And I don't even want to play online, so that ruins the whole multiplayer.
Yeah,
because
and then
it's not in the same place.
But you don't have to pay $60. It's $60 for a year. You can do it for 3 months for $10, or a month for $10, whatever it is, something like that.
Yeah, but that's just inconvenient. He has to go buy a card or get it. If someone doesn't have a debit card, it really should just be available like it was back in the day. You just plug in a game. It says, "Oh, join a dedicated server." Oh, just log in local play without connecting to the internet. Warhawk for the PlayStation 3 requires internet connectivity, and I hate that because it has LAN support capabilities, and you can do up to 4 players, and it's quite annoying that you can't play offline.
Killjoy, let me point something out since you said something about PS3. I want to say something about 360 now, if it's okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, look, I want to say to this, though, too, about, 360. Yes, I respect we play online, and it's fine. I don't mind doing that. But what I hate about online passes is, why are they making us pay for online pass when we pay for the gold membership for Xbox Live to play multiplayer in the first place?
Well, the companies that are actually... The companies like Sony or Microsoft and the publishers that make these games, they're doing that to try and weasel out and get rid of GameStop. GameStop are killing sales. They want the consumer to pay a full $60 for a new game. So when you buy a used game and they make you buy an online pass when you buy it used, is so they can get that extra money out of your wallet for you. It's kind of like a penalty charge for you not buying it new. And that's one of the terrible things about
and they want you to buy less games if you have an Xbox. You have to pay $60 a year because that's the cheapest rate.
Yeah, that's the thing. I hate Microsoft because you have to pay for internet, and nothing And nothing can ever...
That's one less game.
Yeah, and one thing about online on Xbox, even when you pay a membership, the whole dashboard is a billboard. I mean, it's advertisements for everything. It's like, it's not even advertisements to be like, hey, this game just came out on the marketplace. It's like, hey, the new Twilight's coming out. Hey, you see Breaking Bad's coming out. I love Breaking Bad, but like, it's just in your face advertisement.
Yeah.
On the Wii, you do not have that. On the PlayStation, you do have it, but you actually have to click on the PlayStation logo under each icon, so it's not in your face. That's one reason I do not like the Xbox Online. If you pay online, that $50 to $60 a year, you should not have ads in your face.
And another thing about the Xbox is, you know how they have that Blade interface thing, like the Windows 8 tiles? Yeah. The first thing isn't even gaming, it's social. And then like the second one's music. It's like 4 or 5 down to get the gaming.
Xbox has said it themselves. They want to take over the living room, and how by doing that is a bigger marketplace is not gamers. It's the families. It's, you know, the daughters, the little sisters, the moms. They want them to turn on the Xbox to play their DVDs or play their Netflix and be like, oh, I didn't know this new movie was coming out with Vin Diesel or Matthew McConaughey, and they're not interested in gamers anymore. You can tell from the last 3 E3 conferences that they want they want to get into the Wii's marketplace.
We're just going to pretend that Call of Duty is an exclusive.
Yeah, that's how they pretend. I mean, Microsoft has lied about exclusives before. Like, if you go into any GameStop and look up Metal Gear Solid 2 Subsistence for the original Xbox, it says only on Xbox. No, it launched on the PlayStation. It's really a bad marketing tool when they,
Yeah, I know. I actually did see this on a PlayStation 3, though. It said only on PlayStation, but then it was on 360. It was like that SS something snowboarding game.
SSX Tricky?
Well,
yeah.
And on Mortal Kombat
It's 3,
Complete. Mortal Kombat Complete had that as well, because...
You might have to read the fine print. It might be talking about DLC, but yeah, I've seen mistakes like that.
By the way, Kira the Hedgehog cannot make it. It's because it's such a late notice. Her little sister's sleeping in the room, and she can't get in the call. She doesn't want to wake her up.
Yeah.
And she's kind of bummed about it.
It's all right. We'll have other podcasts.
Okay. She will be here next week.
Yeah, she'll be with us next time. Don't worry, guys.
And
just stay put.
Yeah. And about Mortal Kombat, the Complete Edition, it probably says only for PlayStation because they have bonus characters.
Yeah. I really don't... I think that's marketing's fault, not so much... what do you call it? The
Microsoft's fault.
Yeah, I don't think it's the makers, the developers' mistake. I think it's their PR department.
Maybe.
Yeah, because
these guys are making millions of dollars just for having those advertisements up there.
Yeah.
People pay to have their stuff advertised.
Yeah, it's really a marketing mistake than a company for that. But what else about online gaming? Yeah, I really hate that about gaming today. It's like, hey, you want to play a game? And your friend's over. It's like, yeah, well, go home. It's like...
Yeah, I know.
That takes up way too much time, because then it also takes up a lot of money, because your friend has to have the same game and the same console. What if your friend only has a PS3 and you want to play online with him? Well, not online, but multiplayer with him. Then
and look, and I do want to point this out. Like back in the day when, like the old consoles, I remember we would play Super Mario World, and we would either be Mario or Luigi. We would wait our turns, and that was like fun multiplayer because then your friends could be together. And then it's not like, because like now it seems like when you play multiplayer, it's like it's only multiplayer for one person, and the companies are going to look like they want to kick your friends out now.
Yeah, it's but also it's on top of with development costs and hardware, because with games they're growing so rapidly and so quickly and are being pushed out so quickly into the market to be sold that multiplayer is not so much in the forefront as people think it is, because they want to make sure they get that online play. And on top of that, hold on, let me get my words here. I just lost my words. If anyone wants to continue.
Well, here, let me have a say in this real quick.
Sure.
Okay, here's a rant. It's going to be a big rant.
Go for it. I'll go
What
next.
the hell just went all over my keyboard?
Jeez.
Anyway,
Mountain
here
Dew.
we go.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain
Hope
Dew.
it's Mountain Dew.
Anyway, first things first. I love online play to an extent because you can play with people around the world that you can't really. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm talking to Kira on Skype and I'm trying to talk at the same time. It's not working out very well.
Finish what you were
No,
saying.
I'll take over because I remember what I was going to say.
Okay.
Online play, you know, it's like I said about kicking your friends and making them go home. That stinks and everything, but like a real neutral standpoint is every game should have everything available. But with time constraints on development, that's really hard because with games growing so rapidly, it's hard to have all the processing power to balance out dual screen or like have on both screens. You know, looking at something like Resident Evil 5, it had split screen. And I was really amazed at that because the game is so detailed. These machines almost have to be double the power to support split screen because it has so much processing power. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Grant,
That's a good point.
I can't add Kira to the call because she's.
She could listen and we can say out loud what she's saying.
Yeah,
but
I told her that, but she just.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, what Jesse was saying about online, it is useful, but it shouldn't be the only thing.
Like, I like my games, multiplayer, when you can have your friends come over, sit down, have a drink, and have fun playing the game on one screen, just having themselves a time, and you can rage quit, and you can play, punch your friends in the face when you get mad at them, and it's all fun.
LAN party.
That's probably one of the reasons they started online, so you couldn't punch your friend in the face.
You just throw
Now,
online play is corrupted because of all those fucking 8-year-olds always spamming like, oh, you fucking noob. You know, I'm fucking tired of that. I'm sick of that.
I kind of want to point this out, though, about Call of Duty. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, some things in Call of Duty people like, but I'm going to say for me off the back, I hate Call of Duty. And it really pisses me off how they make one every year. And the multiplayer just ridiculous. I mean, I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack every time I'm in a match if I end up trying it. But here's the thing. But here, I just want to say this real quick. If they ever make online passes for Call of Duty, they are going to be too greedy for their budget. And they're going to think like, oh, no, we're not making enough money. Do you know how much Call of Duty makes? Call of Duty, they probably have so much money that it's like they could just like do anything. And if they ever add online passes to that, then that is just greedy to anybody who likes Call of Duty.
Well,
but
yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're already kind of doing that, though, with the Elite the Elite program. And Battlefield 3, when it came out, said they were not going to do that. Now, months later, I want to play it, and I'm looking online. I log on to it, and it's like, oh, join Battlefield 3, what was it, Platinum package or whatever. You get 6 maps and stuff. I'm like, whoa. You said you weren't going to do this. So, like, I don't play Battlefield 3 anymore. And people say it's the same game as Call of Duty. Okay, it's a modern shooter. You fight in deserts. You fight with modern guns. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the same game. I do enjoy shooting people, though. But with more and more games, with these online passes, with you have to buy the map packs or you can't join matchmaking, all that, it's really a problem. And I'm going more and more back to single player now. Like, I just bought Batman Arkham Asylum, and I'm loving it. And it has no online play, and I'm very happy with that.
That game's awesome.
It really is. It's expansive. I feel like I'm going to be playing 500 hours on that game.
Did you get Arkham City?
Not yet. I'm going to buy it when I'm done with the Arkham
Asylum. It's going to blow your mind.
You should give me a copy of both of those games.
I am going to have a Batman
maybe for Christmas.
Around Christmas.
You weren't supposed to announce it yet.
I want to announce it, and I don't know who's going to be listening to this, but if they do, Killjoy Videos, I'm having a contest when Batman releases on DVD.
Now, one more thing about multiplayer that I can
one
get
more
off my
thing.
goddamn chest.
Steve Jobs.
Why even have it? Well, for one thing, you can play with people around the world. I get that. I understand that. But where's the fun in that? I mean, you're just playing
It's
with
fun,
random
man.
jack-offs on the internet, just fucking killing you over and over again.
Listen, I'm not the only child. I have 2 other brothers, and I moved to New York to go to college, and I can't play with them now because I'm here and they're there.
Yeah,
but
if
online
you have
play,
family across the world, or
but it provides me, like, I can play with people. I used to live in North Carolina too. I would play with my friends from there. I have friends from like all different states, like, and I enjoy playing with them online.
No.
But if I didn't have multiplayer online, I couldn't do that.
Now, Animal Crossing is something when they did multiplayer right online. It was good, and it had a thing called WeSpeak where you could communicate with your player over online, and the quality was great. It was like phone quality. It was fantastic.
It failed real quick.
It failed real quick because
it had one game.
It was only on like a few games, and who was going to use it on the conduit? Seriously.
Yeah.
And the Conduit only had online multiplayer, and that was a dumb idea from the start. Anyway, Conduit 2 got local multiplayer, but the Conduit 2 wasn't that fun. So
I can't speak for it.
And WeSpeak was such a great product, and it went out of production so quickly. Animal Crossing should know about this.
Okay.
Nick?
Say something.
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
You heard about what I said about Animal Crossing, right?
Yeah. Actually, I like how you mentioned how, the WeSpeak has, like, phone quality. They made a channel for the WeSpeak, which was basically
a
telephone. Yeah, a telephone on your TV. If you really had time to, see if anyone was on to talk to you via TVs. I'm not saying it was a bad idea. I'm saying that
it just wasn't advertised well. It wasn't promoted very well. It just died so quickly. It was such a good idea, and it just failed.
The idea is going to come back with the Wii U, especially with the new controller.
With the video calling.
Yeah, with the video calling and your controller. And it's going to pick up, because if you buy a TV now, they all hook up to the internet. And when Apple comes out with their Apple TV, which they have patented.
It's a myth.
No, they patented it. They patented
Gotta wait for an announcement.
Yeah, okay.
As a fact.
Well, they're going to do it. It's all about, they have Apple TV now. It's just a matter of making a TV screen with that built in, with its camera, because they want to invade the TV room. They really do. They want you to be able to talk to people. So with the Wii and possibly Apple, they're going to be the people leading the commutative living room, I think.
Speaking of Apple, it's annoying when people think that Apple owns a handheld market. People that play iPhone games and think that they're so awesome, like the games are awesome.
Okay, we're going off topic here.
Well,
we're not talking about mobile gaming. We are talking about multiplayer.
Online gaming on the iPhone, it has a game friend list, but it's kind of weak. It's very hard to find friends.
Let me just say one more thing. If you're gonna have online play for a goddamn mature game, keep it for that goddamn audience. Look out for the children playing the games. I know a fucking kindergartner that plays Call of Duty online, and it's a goddamn prestige.
I mean,
dude,
it's prestige. That has nothing to do with the company. His parents decided to buy him that video game, or maybe somebody in his house owns it and they're comfortable with him playing.
Say, manage your goddamn servers to who you're playing.
Well, look at it. That's why
Xbox allows you to do that. You could put parental control on it.
The parents don't know. Who's gonna do that? Enforce it. You don't want little kindergartners going around shooting people on Call of Duty, looking at all this blood and gore and violence, and raising your kid wrong. That's wrong. Grow up with Mario
and I'm pretty sure when you were young, you played Mortal Kombat, and it was just as bad.
Because I didn't know
any better. Now, let me point this in here. I need to get in here. But here's the thing. Little kids nowadays are all violent and everything. Back when I was a little kid playing violent games, I didn't do nothing. I did not get in trouble with the law. I did not do nothing. I controlled my temper, and that's what people should know about, that there's a difference between reality and real life.
Back then,
I understand that. But at that time, you, like you said, you were a kid, so you don't know if a kid actually played a Mortal Kombat game and went crazy, punched one of his... I mean, I'm pretty sure he probably punched somebody in his nose and he started bleeding, but we don't hear about it because that's not big news. All we hear about now, is all this crazy stuff that's going on. And you were a kid. You didn't watch the news. We were watching cartoons.
When I was little,
we could care less about the news.
Mortal Kombat, but the difference between that and kids playing Call of Duty now is I didn't hear people calling me a cunt and a piece of shit and nigger ass slicker.
Yeah, it didn't.
Well,
It didn't
wasn't
promote.
online.
It didn't promote profanity.
Well,
It was
all right. Well,
Mortal Kombat wasn't online.
yeah, it wasn't. Well, listen to this. If on the PC, if anyone was a big PC gamer playing a big game like Counter-Strike, if you went into a server and started speaking like you did on Xbox Live or you hear, you get kicked instantly. That's because of dedicated servers owned by real fans. Microsoft, they don't care if an 8-year-old or an 18-year-old plays, as long as that 8 or 18-year-old somebody purchased it. They care about the money.
They should though.
They don't. Yeah, a lot of things should be in the world, but it's not going to happen. I mean, the only way it's going to happen is if someone like some conservative politician tries to enforce it. But the companies don't care because they want the money. They don't care who buys the game for who or who buys it.
I kind of. Yeah, and I want to point this out too, Dennis, and yeah, that's what really bothers me. I feel like developers now just care about the money and not care about the fans, about the type of game. Now, I do want to point out one of my favorite game series that's going to come out pretty soon is Hitman Absolution. Now, that's the only game I feel like you guys should probably look up if you guys are watching this video. Look it up. You're going to see that they care about their fans, and they told in interviews that they care and they're watching out for their people that really want to play the game, which I'm getting comes out November 20th.
People can say that.
Well, not every developer is run by douchebags. Insomniac Games, they're a great company. They're the people that make Ratchet and Clank, and
Resistance.
Resistance 3 was bullshit.
I love it. I love
Spyro.
Resistance 3. How did you get past the fucking loading screen?
I love
Patience.
Resistance 3. It ripped
for God's sake, Rooster Teeth did a rage quit on the loading screen.
Well, he doesn't have patience then, because I loved the game. The game was amazing.
Patience.
I loved it. The thing I loved about it is, sadly, it ripped off a lot from Half-Life 2 with environments and themes. But goddamn, if you're going to copy a game, why not Half-Life? Because that game, the Half-Life series, is one of the most beloved games in history.
Gabe, where's Half-Life 3?
But he cares about his fans. But he cares about his fans. He's not going to release a Half-Life every year. He's going to take his time.
He wants it to be quality.
He wants it to be the best damn quality. And you know what? He's delivered in that promise. And when he did episodes, they weren't that good. Episode 1 was not that good. Episode 2 was decent. I'm glad he made Episode 3 and he canceled it and to make it Half-Life 3. Because when you start doing episodes, the quality really does suffer because it showed with Episode 1.
Walking Dead.
And speaking with taking time on games, let me point out too, the last Hitman game came out 6 years ago, and now they're finally releasing a new one this year, which was 6 years later. That tells you that they've started caring and understanding to build an environment of good game, and that's why I just want to say. Don't worry. I'm just gonna say that just check out Hitman Absolution. It'll be great. Thanks, guys.
Dude, we don't need to stay on topic. We can change the topic.
We have to stay strict to the topic because it's the podcast. We have to stay strict to the topic.
I hate that podcast doesn't stay on topic.
Because they're not professional.
We're not professional.
We're just starting.
We're trying to be professional.
Is this all going to be on a podcast?
I think that we've said cunt too many times in this to be professional.
Yeah, I think we're done with professionalism.
I think we're done with this topic. Like, I think we've said all we need to say. I have one more thing.
Multiplayer doesn't need to be in every game. We can talk about that.
Yes, it doesn't need to be in every game.
Bioshock 2.
Hold on. You got me started on this. Activision, you're developing a Walking Dead first-person shooter. Don't fuck it up, because it's taken place back with Daryl and Merle before they even met anyone else in the group. It's leading up to that moment. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up with online multiplayer with a bunch of Merles and Daryls with no costume changes running around shooting people. No, we don't want that on online player. We don't want that.
You know, I have a prediction what's gonna happen in the game. The game's gonna come out. It's gonna have a really different mechanic that we've never seen before, so it looks different from other zombie games. But ultimately, the animations is gonna fail from it, and it's gonna have online play, probably like Left 4 Dead. But it's not going to be Daryl or anyone else. It's just going to be random, dressed up characters that you can customize. It needs to be
co-op online play or co-op local play. Co-op local play.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned co-op at all.
Cooperative play. That is something we need to talk about.
That's the only multiplayer I care about. I like fighting with a friend against AI. I don't like fighting against other people. Not that I'm bad at a game or anything. It's just I like teaming up. I like teamwork better than killing.
Second, I agree.
JC, you haven't talked. You should voice your opinion on this.
Well, I want to continue going on with the whole co-op thing, really. Well, I guess one of the best co-op games I've ever known or played throughout my entire life was basically the whole Sonic the Hedgehog. Started from Sonic the Hedgehog 2, when Tails was introduced and so on and so forth. That in the game you can plug in a second controller, and that when you play it, there can be player one as Sonic, and the second player can be Tails. Both of you can join together and kick some Robotnik butt, and you guys are just working together to save the world. Those kind of, what, Killjoy, I agree with you with the whole co-op thing. I love having to play with people instead of against people, because it shows that I'm like the, how do I say it? Well, I just like having to work together with the people I care about and new people I've met and
the thing is with co-op, I don't know anybody that can completely do co-op with. I try to do a co-op with one of my friends, and I'm telling him, like, I'm trying to help him through it, like tell him what to do so we can be cooperative. We're trying to be cooperative, but he's like, why are you being so strict? Why can't we just have fun with the game? I was like, dude, I'm trying to play the game how it's supposed to be played. I'm not trying to be a douche or anything. I'm just trying to play the game how it's supposed to be played, like Portal 2.
Yeah, Portal 2 it adds a sense of difficulty to it because people work on different levels when it comes to puzzles. But when you talk about co-op in like shooters, now a shooter co-op that I can think of, say like Resistance 1, or we can say Call of Duty, because Call of Duty does have great co-op. I think it has like
Time Splitters had great co-op. Actually,
it did too. But like I'm only thinking Call of Duty now because it's the first thing that came to my head, and
I'm
not
talking about Time Splitters because it's better.
I didn't play Time Splitters. I don't remember. Anyway, let's not even get to a conversation of who didn't play what. But I remember in Call of Duty, like I played the first Modern Warfare, and that was a lot of fun to play co-op because it was just like it was horde mode. But any game that has like a horde mode where it's just you against infinite amount of enemies is the best type of game I can play. I love doing that. I think
that the Saints Row the Third horde mode is the funniest because you fight actual whores and you get to kill them with dildos.
Really? I have to get this game. I have to get this game.
Well...
Yeah, that game is very interesting.
Any more final thoughts on online play or local play before...
Yeah, not every game needs multiplayer. Someone's typing.
It's
You just talk.
Okay.
Talk.
Yeah, one second, Apple. Well, I want to talk about every game doesn't need co-op. A good example of this is BioShock 1 did not have multiplayer. And it was fantastic. Like the game alone is one of the best games ever made when it comes to atmosphere and storytelling. And then you come to BioShock 2, it really suffered because they focused more on multiplayer and the story wasn't as good. And I think it was developed by somebody else besides the original developers. And the online play lasted about, 3 months before everyone just put it down and stopped playing. I'd be surprised if you can still find a match online, or even if the servers are up. And that brings you all back around to saying games that you have to be connected to the internet, and that really sucks because if I want to play co-op with somebody and the company turned off the servers, you can't play multiplayer anymore, and that's going to suck for downloadable games because I downloaded Battlefield 1942 for the PlayStation 3 on the PlayStation Store. When the EA turns off those servers, my downloadable game is done. I can't play it. There's no single player, And what happens when Diablo 3 servers are gone? Like, are they going to allow dedicated servers? Am I allowed to purchase a server? Like, what's going to happen?
And it's like our money gets burned.
One more thing, Adam. Crap. It was about what were you just talking about? Like servers and stuff. Oh yeah, GoldenEye for the Wii, the remake. The servers are still up for that, and because I find that a very enjoyable game. You can always find a game going on, and people still love to play that game because. The servers are still up, and the opportunity is there, and it's GoldenEye. Who doesn't love GoldenEye?
I do.
We should allow Animal Crossing to talk because he's not speaking.
All right.
Yes, he finally gets to talk.
All right, let's let him talk.
Okay. So, anyways, something I wanted to bring up about co-op and games don't always need online. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game.
Yes.
That has one of the best co-ops I've ever played. It is just so satisfying to get some of your friends to come over and
I
have a
agree
beat
with you
up
there, man.
and just beat the shit out of everyone with your friends.
Does
And just have them, and it doesn't need online. It's a good co-op experience itself.
Well, there's co-op online though. Does it
There is?
But it's not the
I
same.
don't think so.
I don't think it does. I think you can only
No,
play
it doesn't.
with
It
your.
doesn't have online multiplayer. The game it only has local multiplayer.
I
That's
think
a good thing.
I kind of think games should have both though. I think they should have both. I think it should have it all. For my $60, it should have it all. Well, not for
It should cost $40 anyway.
Yeah.
Now, and
let me point that out. Games should be cheaper.
Games should be cheaper, and I hope Wii U, Nintendo makes the right decision on making Wii U games only $52. Or only $50.
That's a good idea. The head CEO of, I think it's Activision or EA, I forget which, said he thinks games should cost more, and the whole gaming industry pounced on him. I mean,
yes,
he said
they shouldn't be.
They shouldn't. I mean, it makes sense because like games, it costs a lot to make them now. I mean,
you got to make a quality game in order for it to sell well, and they're not going to sell well if they're too expensive because not a lot of people have the money for it. You got to make it cheaper so more people can buy it, so you can make a bigger profit.
Not all quality games sell well. I mean, Duke Nukem Forever, that had terrible sales, but it's a great game.
So did Psychonauts. Psychonauts had terrible sales, but it is a critically acclaimed, amazing game.
Also, PlayStation exclusive games like Killzone, Killzone 3, Resistance 3, Resistance 2. Those were really awesome games. They were great shooters. They deserve to have a strong online community like Call of Duty.
Exclusives. That's what sells systems.
Actually, not anymore. Look at Modern Warfare.
Call of Duty sells Xbox.
Call of Duty really...
The Xbox has no exclusives, so they just use Call of Duty.
They did have exclusives, but a hardcore exclusive. But now all they have is casual games that they want to compete with.
They had Saints Row, but then they let Sony get it.
Well, I think we've said all what needs to be said about online play. So
can I say one thing?
One more thing about online play, yes.
Well, it's not really with online, but it's just about a company that I really want to say. I know it's going to be a little off topic, but still, we were talking about a bunch of stuff anyways. But, okay, sorry to say a little Family Guy thing to you guys. I just have to say it to say it funny. But you know what really grinds my gears? Capcom. What? I really have to just say Capcom.
Okay, we can't get into that right now. We can't get into that right now, Adam. That's for another day.
Yeah, but with online, it really does suck the online lags, and you have to purchase, what do you call it?
Online passes?
Yeah, online passes. But, there's a lot of companies that suck out there. We can go into Capcom for another hour if we wanted to, but
I think this podcast has finally ended. We need to end it now. We need to end it now. I'm sorry, Adam, but we need to end it now.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I was just going to say, hopefully Capcom can be our next episode, guys.
Yes, I think that'd be good. If the fans leave comments.
I was planning on the next episode being about unlockables and DLC.
Okay, well,
so
we'll work on something.
All right, so we'll see you guys next time on the G.Gurus podcast. Everyone say their goodbyes.
I'm Grant from Awesome High Games. Stay snazzy.
I am Sable Rage from Killjoy Videos. Please stay classy.
I'm RVD Power.
I'm Nick from Animal Crossing 53 videos, and subscribe to me or whatever. I don't know. I can't think of good outros, but I have the longest.
I'm RVD.
Stay excited, and we'll be seeing you.
I'm RVD Power. Catch you guys later.
I'm JC Rosa, also... Let me think. I'm Jason Rosa, also known as Chick Soda Neko on YouTube. Stay classy, everyone, and have some good coffee time already.
Anime voice.
Am I good now?
Yeah. Go, Chris.
Hey, I'm Chris McCall from Geekphilia. Talk to you guys later.
All right. This is Booney on Piki from Booney on Piki's Let's Plays, signing out.
And,
later, everyone.
And shout out to Kira to subscribe to her too. She will be with us hopefully next week.
She'll be with us next time. Well, maybe not next time because...
whatever the schedule is.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Guys, make sure you realize that all of us talking now are on YouTube, so you can all check out our channels. You can find it in the description below. And stay here, stay excited, and we'll be seeing you.
All right. Later, everyone.
Good luck, everyone.
Later,
Bye. I'm spastically playing with my arm.